I'm not Flavia Palma. I am Professor Sofia Pavanello. That I was instead of my PhD student because he's not able to come here for a personal reason. So I am here. I am professor of I'm professor of occupational medicine, and my interest is on human space exploration. So an argument that is completely different probably from that we hear until now. I am interested in this argument because a new era of human space exploration is started and take humans to the moon and Mars in the next future, with more men and women that will live or work even as a space tourist. And so for this reason, occupational medicine is very interested in this field. Because space is an extreme hostile environment in which a risk of human health classifies as red risk. Red risk are radiation, microgravity, confinement, and distance from health. And because there is the highest probability of occurrence in the severity of, where is here? Okay. Is an extreme environment because there is the highest probability of occurrence to the severity of their impact of health. Those space agency has created analog mission in which young analog astronauts participate with the intention of simulating space life. In this presentation, I should like to I speak on my experience as referent for the University of Padova on the astronaut training center in Poland, and where I support the participation of the student from my university. The astronaut training center is a laboratory for simulating the space environment with scientific experiment focused on biology, physics, space medicine, and is specialized also in training course generally of 1 week, not only for scientists, but also on engineers. The training center organized a workshop on rocket construction, stratospheric mission, and scientific simulation analog to Lunar and Mars mission. I support here, there is a photo of the student that participated last year to all of this activity. Here there is Bernard with Serena Crotti that also participate and help me in this organization. I support the in 2021 3 mission, and in 2022 more recently another one. The Ample 6 was of 1 week. These were the activity that were very well scheduled with physical activity, research experiment, social activity, media production and report that, as you can see, were scheduled during 1 week and every hour of the day. The goals was to improve the health, the cooperation, training to be astronaut, pushing the limit, and also how to make scientific research and article. This is Tommaso Antonio Giacon, that was a medical doctor of our university that participated as crew medical officer with experiment that we set up together on environmental characterization, biological aging, and oxidative stress, metabolic stress, inflammation during this kind of project. Here all the photo, here when they make the experiment, and so the 7 mission with Antonio Ricciardi, Giulia Bisona. The goal were on experiment of how is the health in isolation, reduce communication with outside, how to react for emergency, experiment were in particular for the cultivation of different type of soil, psychological couple test and self-confinement within the team. We also measure the volatile organic compound and dates. In urine sample and saliva, we also make a measurement of toxic and compound, and we collect data on physiological data. With also oral microbiome and other kind of experiment that they make in collecting data. The last one was last year and was to investigate the physiological and psychological changes. The hypothesis was that variation in the parameters correlated to the phase shift in circadian rhythm in environmental conditions that are not strictly physiological same. Here, the parameters that we collect, the relative measurement method used, the time of the date in which they were collected, and sampling frequency. Here, the psychological parameters by which we can measure the mood of the people, and we can characterize the emotion according to the level of energy and pleasantness. The methods for statistics is here, and the result, we found that, for example, the glycemia increase in all people that participate during 7 days during this mission, and this agree with other experiment with the other mission. Also, the heart rate increase during the week while the student make this experiment. The saturation instead is very variable as the result. The mood, while it is increasing in the first 3 days, in the last 3, in the other at the end of week, the mood was decreased. In conclusion, we realized that and we confirmed that alteration in the parameters that we analyze. I think that this behavior is in relation with the variation in circadian rhythm, and this what we found is consistent with other similar studies carried out in condition of absence of sunlight and environmental isolation. The limit and the prospect for the future is that study with larger sample can improve data quality, and we need a longer period of isolation that could be the first step that we will realize in the next future. This summer, we isolated for 21 day people in order to collect the physiological parameters. We also need to improve data recording with the device, and we need also a better real-time feedback on astronaut health inside the box where they make the experiment. So this is all the students that make this nice, very wonderful experience. This is all the country where they come, and so thank you for your attention. I hope that we